welcome back. And I don't know about you, but I'm dying to hear about Juan Mata's £37 million move to Chelsea, or to Manchester United, I beg your pardon. Tunde Balogun is here to tell us more.
Certainly we'll get to that, but first let's start from the home front. Global Premier League debutants Abia Warriors have named 35 players for registration in readiness for the forthcoming season. The list, compiled by the technical crew and led by the technical advisor Emeka Ezeogo, consists of 20 new players, as only 15 out of the over 35 players that shot the club to the summit of Nigeria's club football could break into Ezeogo's current team. Some of the new players include 2 strikers from abroad, Idris Toure from Cote d'Ivoire and Benin Republic's Kwasi Judichel. Spanish midfielder Juan Mata hopes to put the last 6 months at Chelsea behind him, following his move from Chelsea to Premier League rivals Manchester United. Mata spoke to the media for the first time today, Monday, following Saturday's £37.1 million move. Now, the club revealed he would wear the number 8 shirt rather than the number 7 used by former greats George Best, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo and Eric Cantona. He struggled for game time this season under Jose Mourinho, with Chelsea's manager preferring the likes of Oscar and Willian in his squad. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger has played down concerns regarding Bakary Sagna's future at the Emirates. According to the Gunners gaffer, the team is focusing on Tuesday's match against Southampton. Sagna is out of contract at the end of the season, and Wenger hopes the French international will sign a new deal. To motorsports, Silber showed off their new Formula One car with German driver Adrian Sutil identifying fuel management as the #1 challenge for the 2014 season. The new turbocharged V6 engines and energy recovery systems are heavier than last year's V8, and teams have found it a challenge to get the cars down to minimum weights that will increase more substantially, and it will affect fuel efficiency in 2015. Well, that's it on the sports news. I'm actually will be back with the rest of the news at
10. Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Away from sports news, former Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, today honored an invitation by the Department of State Security Service to visit its office in Abuja. And before he left for the DSS office, Malam El-Rufai told journalists at his residence that he will continue to speak up against all forms of injustice, electoral malpractice and acts of misgovernance without fear or favor.
All I asked for was a warrant of arrest, because I believe that the SSS has no power to compel me to go to their office because of a statement which I have rights under the Constitution to make.
Now, do you think that going there now will not
Look, embarrassment is part of life. It does not matter. Embarrassment is part of life. All I want to say is that whoever violates the law or does anything against the Constitution should face the consequences. We will pursue our rights in courts and in the courts of public opinion.
So why do you think you have been arrested?
I think because I sued the SSS for detaining me unlawfully in Oka during the gubernatorial election. I think that's the main reason. But of course, they have to find some other reason, because there is nothing I have said that history has not shown. I said elections should be free and fair. If they are not free and fair, there is likelihood of violence. This has happened at least 4 times in our history: in 1964, 1983, 1993, and 2011. So what is strange about that? Anybody that doesn't know that is either not reading history or just ignoring history. It is all politics. This is all about 2015. This is all an attempt to intimidate and silence the opposition against crying out that elections are likely to be rigged by the PDP. And we'll
Former Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, there answering questions from journalists on his way out of the DSS office. Now, beyond our shores, Egypt's top military body has given the nod for Armed Forces Chief Field Marshal Abdul Fattah al-Sisi to proceed to contest for presidency. The Supreme Council of the Armed Forces believes the people's trust in Sisi is a call that must be heeded as the free choice of the people. Cynthia Are has more on this.
Well, things are certainly looking good for General al-Sisi. Security sources say he will resign and announce his candidacy within days. Field Marshal Sisi led the ousting of President Mohamed Morsi in July following mass protests against him. An election must take place by mid-April, and General al-Sisi would likely win given his popularity and the lack of any serious rivals. Also today, the security situation in the Central African Republic is getting even worse despite the inauguration of a new leader. The UN Human Rights Chief says Muslim civilians are now extremely vulnerable. Her statement came as a Muslim and Christian leader met British Prime Minister David Cameron to lobby for more international assistance. Finally, the Syrian peace talks in Geneva are deadlocked over the divisive issue of transferring power to a transitional government. The sides cannot agree on the future role of President Bashar al-Assad. The UN mediator, Lakhdar Brahimi, says there is the will to continue talks, but that no miracles should be expected. And that's it for me. Those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
A Nigerian Afrobeat star Femi Kuti once again for the fourth time did not bring back a Grammy statuette at the 56th edition of the Musical Awards ceremony held on Sunday. Mayowa Ogundele has details in entertainment news.
On entertainment, Nigerian frontline Afrobeat singer Femi Kuti has lost out at the Grammy Awards for the first time as French group Gypsy Kings and South African choral group Ladysmith Black Mambazo tie for the World Music category prize. The critically acclaimed singer, who did not attend the award ceremony, received the news graciously and sent out a congratulatory message to the winners. The Afrobeat king, who was nominated for his latest album, No Place for My Dream, also lost out at the Grammy Awards in 2003, 2010 and 2011. The celebration around Nigeria's centenary continues as gospel singer Annie lends a voice to the celebration. The singer, joined by some of her friends and colleagues, has recorded a thematic track for the grand occasion. Here are some of the scenes from the recording. And in a sensational news, late rapper Da Green's cousin is trying to keep the legacy of the rapper alive as he takes up music following the style of the Mixophonia Entertainment rapper. Going by the moniker T Black, Da Green's cousin released 2 new singles, Gara and Formula A, over the weekend. Also, Raven singer from the past decade, Paul Clay, has made a return from his musical hiatus with a track, Koale. The track boasts of a call and response session with Empire Mate Entertainment's first lady, Miola. And for a rundown of the major winners at the 52nd edition of the Grammys, French electronic music duo Daft Punk carted away the biggest prizes of the ceremony as they received the statuettes for the Album of the Year for the album Random Access Memories and Record of the Year for the track Get Lucky featuring Pharrell Williams. Raven act Macklemore and Ryan Lewis earned the prizes for the Best Rap Single, Best Rap Album, Best Rap Performance, and Best New Artist. Heavyweight rapper Jay-Z only made away with 2 prizes, while Kanye West couldn't capture any from his 2 nominations.
I want to thank God, a little bit for this award, but mostly for that
and all the universe for conspiring and putting that beautiful light of a young lady in my life. And I want to tell Blue that, look, Daddy got a gold sippy cup for you. Peace.
And that's all on entertainment. Let's get back to the main news.
And the main news again. Suspected terrorists have massacred 52 people in a bloody attack on a market in Borno State, burning over 300 homes as well. Another NNPC pipeline is ruptured in the Jagun area of Lagos, resulting in huge revenue loss for the nation. The Senate has screened service chiefs for the first time since the country's return to civil rule. And serious talks have ended in a deadlock in Geneva, with negotiators disagreeing over the issue of transfer of power. Well, that's News at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am